All right, we are starting Chapter 9, the greatest love story ever told. Second Watchman has only one line. It comes in scene 3 of the very last act. In other words, the play is nearly over before Cooper even gets to step on stage and say, "Here's Romeo's man. We found him in the churchyard." He hasn't memorized within 10 seconds of reading it in the script. Now what's he supposed to do for 6 weeks of rehearsals? The answer soon becomes clear. He's expected to twiddle his thumbs while waiting for the chance to deliver his line. This is to begin right after school on the very day that the cast list is posted. "Dost thou believe thou art hard done by?" Roddy demands. "'Tis I who must listen to the moldy words of that half-wit Shakespeare whilst my father lies forgotten in the mist of time. I could always turn off my phone," Cooper offers. "Then you wouldn't have to listen to anything." "Thou dost not dare," the ghost exclaims. "I shall hear with mine own ears the dross that droppeth from the quill of this bard of thine." "Yeah, well, thine own ears are going to have to wait. Mom's taking Veronica and me for flu shots this afternoon, so we'll miss the first hour of rehearsal." "Flu? It's a disease, kind of like the plague, but without the oozing eruptions, and this shot keeps you from getting sick. They stick a needle in your arm." "Speak not of needles," Roddy protests. "In the print shop I stitched folios with my poor fingers bled, while fair Ursula braided ribbons in her hair, indifferent to my suffering." Fair Ursula isn't what worries Cooper. Fair Jolie is on his mind. Mainly, the teacher loves scenes she and Brock have to perform together. In a play like Romeo and Juliet, if you take out the romantic stuff, you're basically left with the end. Cooper has to worry. What if Jolie gets so into character pretending to love Brock that she starts actually liking him for real? She talks all the time about how a true actress has to live her role, and for her, acting is almost as important as base jumping and wrestling alligators. Sure enough, when Cooper finally gets to rehearsal that afternoon, his arm still throbbing from the flu shot, Jolie and Brock are side by side. The entire cast sits on folding chairs arranged in a huge circle in the gym, reading from their scripts. Romeo and Juliet are saying goodbye to each other in Act 2, and the two lead actors are practically cheek to cheek. Only one empty chair beckons, and it's obviously for Second Watchman. Cooper has to cross half the gym to reach it, and as he does, his shoes squeak loudly, dissolving the entire rehearsals into giggles. Jolie breaks out of character, looking annoyed. "Don't sweat it," Brock soothes. "It's WhatsHisFace." Cooper slides into his seat, red-faced with humiliation. "Nice of you to join us," Mr. Marquis says in exasperation. "All right, let's keep going. I believe Juliet was speaking." Jolie peers deeply into Brock's eyes and says, good night, parting in such sweet sorrow." Watching this is pure torture for Cooper, but what happens next makes him forget his agony. As Jolie continues Juliet's speech, Roddy says it over the earbud right along with her, "that I shall say good night till it be morrow." Huh? How can Roddy know these words? He said he's never read any of Shakespeare's writing. He had no idea the guy ever got famous. Brock comes in next, tripping over Romeo's lines. "Sleep well upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace so sweet to rest." To Cooper's astonishment, the ghost recites those two, word for word. It doesn't make sense. Shakespeare wasn't Shakespeare yet when he hung around Mannering and Brown's print shop in the 1590s. He was a newbie breaking into the playwright business. Yet here's Roddy rattling off chunks of Romeo and Juliet as if he has them memorized. "Roddy," Cooper hisses. Roddy continues to reel off Romeo's speech. He's better than Brock, because the 16th century language comes naturally to him, but Brock is reading it straight from the script in his lap. Where's the ghost getting it? "Roddy, what are you doing?" "Sorry, Brock, I have to stop you there." Mr. Marquis stands up and turns cold eyes on Cooper. "I don't know what it says on your script, Cooper, but in mine, the Second Watchman doesn't come until Act 5. "Oh, yeah," Cooper manages. "I had to get a flu shot, so I missed the beginning, and I guess I got confused." The director motions him toward the door. "Relax, catch your breath, take as long as you need, but when you rejoin this circle, I expect you to behave as a full member of this cast." "Right." Cooper flees the gym, trying to ignore the scattered laughter and jeers that follow him to the exit. Once in the hall, he whips the GX4000 out of his pocket and watches as Roddy Images stabilizes. "What's going on, man?" "Our play. How do you know it?" "Know it?" the ghost repeats. Cooper Vega. "I wrote it." Cooper